Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Craig here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Sabi and he's selling his Amazon KDP business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Sabi. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great as well, thank you for asking. And I'm looking forward to talking more about your business. But before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of the business. It's an Amazon KDP business in the books niche created in October 2016. The average monthly revenue for the business is $9,353 and it makes an average of $8,308 net profit each month. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 55612 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's have a look at what's included in the sale. We have the Amazon KDP account, including 23 author pen names, 182 ebooks and paperback books, an ACX account with 148 audiobooks, a Findaway account with 71 audiobooks, an Ingram Spot account with 89 paperback books and 42 hardback books and SOPs. Okay, Sabi, now let's hear from you. Can you tell us a little about your background in building and running online businesses?
Sure. So my name is Sabi and I work in the IT industry since about a decade now. But in 2016, with my second real estate deal in London, UK, I got into a debt. So I had to find another way to make more money, preferably online, besides my existing full-time job. Since 2016, I've done private labeling, leveraging Amazon FBA, publishing using several platforms such as Amazon KDP, ACX, Findaway Voices, and Ingram Spark. I've also done affiliate marketing, selling online courses. Over these years, the main focus was publishing books.
Yeah, that's quite some breadth of experience in the online space. So, and we'll dig into your business structure in a moment. I'm curious to learn about that. But firstly, how did you use experience in online business to grow this business that we have for sale today?
Well, at the beginning of my Amazon FBA business, I built several contacts with Chinese suppliers, but I had an 8-week waiting window for production completion and shipment to get my private label products delivered to US and UK Amazon warehouses. But at the same time, I was also interested in writing a book, so I've taken a course on Kindle publishing, at the time it's called, and I was just amazed that from scratch, I was able to sell my first digital product online within 3 weeks. So at the same time, I still had 5 weeks waiting window for my first physical product to be delivered. So I realized that selling digital products won over selling physical products.
Excellent. Wow, that's quite a discovery. So from there, once you sort of saw that first book, what were the next steps? How did you come to find this niche and how did you start to build this business that we have for sale today?
Primarily, the way that it makes money is using Amazon KDP. So once you publish an ebook and paperbacks there, then the books will be on sale on Amazon. But they also have extended distribution channels to libraries and schools. And you're basically repurposing the same content. And you can use another platform called ACX where you can create an audiobook. And ACX, again, they distribute the audiobooks to Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. And you can also, again, the same product, you can also sell on Ingram Spark, where you can do paperbacks and hardcover books. They also distribute across over 70 different platforms around the world, such as Walmart, Target, Barnes & Nobles, and many others. And you still have another platform. The one I'm using is Findaway Voices, where I also sell audiobooks, and it's like another distribution channel where they distribute to over 40 different platforms, including audiobooks.com, Kobo, iTunes, Google Play Audiobooks, just to mention a few. So as you can see, there are multiple sources of income from pretty much the same content.
Excellent. Yeah, it's great to hear how you've diversified the sort of sources of revenue to sort of solidify the earnings of the business. And yeah, so how do you create the content for the ebooks then?
Yeah, so currently at the moment, I do the content creation. So I do the highlights of the books. I write the books and edit the books, but I used to outsource for the first year and a half. I've used to outsource actually everything, every single task. But now the only thing I outsource is the narration, using hiring narrators or producers, and just some basic marketing, which is I'm using a VA. So if they can get reviews, then I pay for those. But other than that, pretty much I do all the book creation by myself and design the book cover as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So how come is it that you're selling the business today then, Sabi?
Well, I would like to focus on other business opportunities, and I need money to fund those projects.
Got it, yeah. That's totally understandable. And is there anything you've learned from building business that you would apply to your other projects or other businesses?
Yeah, I certainly learned how to sell digital products internationally using a laptop alone, understanding SEO, keyword research, and identify trends or profitable niches, listing optimizations, creating good descriptions and sales copies, how to use the correct price strategy for more profitability. I've also advanced in writing, editing, and cover design creation. But most importantly, I've learned how to minimize my expenses.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's certainly a great thing to learn for the profitability of the business. And you can see that's been applied to this business. So there are some good margins here. Was anything you tried with this business that didn't work out for you?
Well, there is a term called shiny object syndrome. So if you, like a small example here, if you find a profitable niche and you are about to build several books on those topics, but in the middle of that, you might find a better niche, a more profitable keyword, if you will, and you think it's more profitable. So instead of finishing building the previous niche, then you start to focus on the new one. Just don't do that. So just don't jump around several profitable niches. Instead, just focus on one and build that. So that's what I can recall several times, actually.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure that's very common in this space. And yeah, it makes sense to, once you find that niche, like really hone in on it and take over it as much as you can. You mentioned that you do SEO, but where does the majority of your traffic come from for this store?
Well, it's definitely audiobooks. I would say 60%, even over 60% of the audiobooks alone.
Okay. And was there anything you've tried with in terms of marketing with this business?
I've actually never done any specific marketing other than using a good SEO that includes title, subtitle, listing optimizations, and publicly visible descriptions on all platforms where I'm publishing. So, yeah.
Okay. And that, I guess, leads me into my next question and of what you think the major opportunities for growth are with this business.
Well, you can add more books to popular niches and pen names, or adding new monetizations to the business model, translating the bestsellers to other languages, such as Spanish, might be German, building and monetizing an email list, using marketing tools such as Amazon Ads. And in terms of diversification, you can repurpose existing contents and sell them on additional platforms such as Draft Digital or Google Play.
Yeah, absolutely. They're expanding the channels and building on the brand, especially different languages. They sound like good opportunities for growth. As for the day-to-day work on this business, can you describe the amount and type of work you do on this business for maintenance?
Well, I would say 20 hours, no more than 30 hours. Sometimes I don't do more than 10, 15 hours. But the skills, understanding SEO or keyword research and identifying trends and profitable niches, outlining, writing and editing books, creating book covers and publishing on Amazon and all other platforms, understanding listing optimization, creating good descriptions and sales copies, understanding how to use the correct price strategy, how to hire producers to narrate books, and VA to cut reviews. In terms of not being familiar with this business model, at first, all this sum might be too much at first, but I can assure you it is manageable, even if you have a full-time job. And what I'm talking about personal experience. Actually, I still have a full-time job, so it is definitely doable. But the good news is that all above mentioned, partly or fully, can be outsourced. Again, from my personal experience, I used to outsource every single task. So it is possible to spend less than 10 hours or 15 hours a week.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, outsourcing the day-to-day work and certainly take the time needed from the business owner away from the business and allow them to focus on those growth opportunities, like you mentioned. So, as for this business, what do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Well, as you are publishing on platforms such as Amazon or ACX, Findaway Voices, you just take a look at the guidelines. Don't try to publish contents that you're not allowed. That's what I would, and the TOS terms of service, just make sure you understand. But yeah, other than that, I mean, there are fluctuations in ranking that can impact, the actual business or the income. But those are the main ones, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. The sticking him within the rules of Amazon is important for any Amazon business, so absolutely makes sense. So putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer then, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
Well, as mentioned before, selling digital products can be very hands-off while generating a great passive income. In terms of this particular business, there are several ways to grow using Amazon ads, but you can also repurpose existing contents and sell them on additional platforms that I mentioned before, such as Draft Digital and Google Play, to further diversify your portfolio and source of incomes. You can also repurpose existing contents by translating the bestsellers to other languages. The biggest upside is that if an investor has no experience selling digital products, maintenance of this business can be outsourced cheaply and efficiently. So it can be an excellent opportunity for someone who doesn't want to deal with physical product issues, such as there are several physical product issues. So finally, this business was built from scratch over the past 5 years, but having close to 190 books and the total contents of over 600 products listed on various platforms internationally, I can proudly say that this business matured enough and were there diversified to produce multiple sources of income for several years ahead. So it's definitely worth buying.
Great, yeah, some excellent points there. So regarding the sale of this business then, would you commit to a non-compete?
Yes.
And how much support are you willing to offer buyers? Are you going for the standard 30 days of email and Skype support?
Yes, I believe that's the standard, so I'm happy to go with that.
I know you're open to negotiating something like an earner.
But this is a small business, so I don't think there is any need for that.
Okay, anything else you'd like to share that I might have missed?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time, Sabi. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 55612. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.